Well, I had a problem. I had a problem with getting online. Let me go to my channel here and welcome folks in if they find me. I had to delete my other link. I don't know. Sometimes that pre-schedule works for me and sometimes it just messes up. So I might have to stop doing a pre-schedule and just go in when I go live. I was hoping to pre-schedule it, but sometimes it all messes up for me. I had 3 people waiting, but I had to end that stream because it started taking pictures of my desk, but it was just in a round little circle. I don't get it. I don't get it. Hi, Mrs. Gigi, you found me. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Kimberly. Good morning, Kimberly. Oh, you guys, I worked on my prompt cards last night, and I just turned my sheet of paper upside down. But after I got done, I couldn't go to sleep. I was awake. I wasn't hyper, but I was awake. And I did a few things. I read some email. I checked some messages and stuff like that, and I thought, well, I'm going to go onto YouTube and I want to look for an ice cream recipe because I want to make some ice cream this morning. No freezer ice cream, no ice cream freezer, just mix it up and put it in the freezer. So I was going to look for that, and by golly, Keisha was on, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning and Keisha was still going, and she just ended at 4. So I watched Keisha for 2 hours. She kept me awake. Yeah. Good morning, Laura. Hi, Brenda D. Mrs. Gigi. So I'm awake. I did go make me some coffee. I've got, this is my second cup. I'll be awake all morning. Well, I might fall asleep a little later. Now, this is an introduction to our video hop. And I cannot put the links to our video hop in my description box until the video hop goes live. And it will go live at 5:30 Central Time. So for me, that's about an hour. And you guys can figure, like on the East Coast, it'll be an hour later. But I think you guys are at 5:30 already, so it'll be 6:30 for you when it goes live. But I will put the links in my description box after I get done. But I do know who's going to hop with us, so let's go out and talk about that a little bit. The theme is going to be architecture, and I have no idea. What everybody's going to be doing. Well, I have kind of an idea, but I want to mention something. In the link list, we added Tim Designs by CADPRO at the very last moment, and I had already published the link lists for everybody. I do them separately for each person. It's just easier to do it that way, and then they don't have to figure out how to do things, and it's not hard, and it wouldn't be hard for them. But anyway, so I put a message in there, but that to please add Tim, but I don't know how many of them did that. So you can see after I get my links in there after 5:30, you can see Tim, and I would ask you to go watch him. If he copied the links that I gave him, all the links will be in there, and you can kind of bounce from him, or just be sure just to go watch Tim. You'll see. I'm sure a few of the people got his link in there, and I'll be very happy if everybody did it. But it was at the last moment, and I had a last moment change before that, so I did not get the links out there to them until late Thursday night. And they're probably going, Meri, just get with it. But I was holding off things until I had everything ready to go. So we had a little bit of a stress moment in there as far as linking. But I hope you enjoy the hop. Tanya McGuire is first up on my list, and then APG Jamie is going to be hopping with us, and she always has such a wonderful sense of humor. I love watching her. I also have a playlist. So, Tim's, if you miss seeing Tim, after everything is done and I put up the playlist in there, go watch Tim. Tim Designs by CADPRO. Janet Nash is next. Janet is over in the UK. And Mrs. Gigi, I believe she's in Sweden. Artfully Blind with Diana is going to be hopping with us. Sue, Discovering the Art of Living. And then Roy, Bootsie Sweettarts. He always has, whoops, sorry Penelope. He always has such a wonderful sense of humor. You know, and let me tell you, Roy had to work extra hard this month, because not only was he taking care of that wonderful garden he has, he had Hurricane Henry coming at him. And, you know, he had a lot going on, and he still made a video. And thank you so much for that, Roy. And he always does such interesting videos, and he always has such a wonderful sense of humor. I love his intros. After Roy will be Tim in the natural, how everything falls in the hop, and then I put myself as being last in the link list. So, but I'm really first because I stream and introduce it. So, if you're wondering what I'm holding here, let me zoom in, because I need to zoom in. And I picked these up right at the last moment. I got these from, a couple years ago. I happened to look at the back here, because I'm going, now who made these? But it is Department 56, and it's their 20th anniversary Dickens Village Series pins. And the suggested retail price I noticed on here, I got them for $2. The retail price was $25. So I saved $23 by going thrifting, just right there. Isn't that fun? And they're Department 56. And I looked at them and I said, oh, cool. So, yeah. But I'm not going to do those, but I thought, along with my Victorian house that I'm going to be doing for Time for Art, these kind of go. And when you see what I'm going to be working on, let me zoom out now, because this is the mug rug that Aunt Beck made for me. Let me zoom out again now. I just wanted you to see those pins. Kind of get you set here. Okay. Good morning, everybody who's coming in. Hi, Laura. Did I say good morning to you? Laura Vesquez, good morning. Kimberly, Gigi. It's early in the morning. Everybody that was in Keisha's auction is probably sleeping now. And you know what, you guys? Keisha had a giveaway right at 4 o'clock. And, but I watched for 2 hours, and I actually bought stuff, yeah. I tried to be, I bought a book, and it cost me $8, and I probably paid a little bit more than I should have, but it's got a lot of Victorian pictures in it. And I love everything Victorian, as you can tell. So, and then I got a playing card. I think I got a couple sets of napkins. And JL, Janice, gifted me a set of napkins, I believe. It was something I bid on. And she said, I'll pay for Meri. So thank you for that, JL. And she isn't here, but thank her anyway. And right at the very end, Keisha had this is Keisha at Keisha's Creations. She had a giveaway. And I thought, I'll just put in a number, you know. And I won she did it. She had like 5 items. And the person who got the closest to the top number, or to the first number, got the choice, pick their choice. And I got to pick my choice, and I got what I wanted. They were 2 cabinet cards, and they're perfect. They're, you know, they're photos, they're cabinet card photos. Perfect for me. And then I tried to win something for Angie, but Angie went ahead and won it for herself, so she got covered. So get on with the hop, Mary. What are you going to do for architecture? Oh, there's JL. She's lurking. Oh, JL, thank you so much for that. As I was saying in the chat the other night, oh my goodness, you guys. Oh my goodness. And you might, if you're interested, Keisha was selling, and it costs $50. And it's a pack of sari silks from India. And they're beautiful. They're just gorgeous. And I was typing in there, this wasn't last night, it was the other night, I was typing in there, I wish. And Tammy, I don't think Tammy saw my I wish, because her message was above my I wish notice that I put in there, because I couldn't pay $50 for it. I've been spending all my birthday money for other things. But Tammy bought it for me, Tammy Ward. And my mouth just dropped open. And tonight, JL purchased, what did you purchase for me? I don't remember, JL. I don't know if it was napkins or cards, or I can't remember what it was that you purchased for me. I think napkins, wasn't it? Anyway, I typed in there, and I typed it the other night. I'm going, you guys are so good to me. I don't understand. You guys are so good. I told Keisha, I'm going to have to come in incognito and because I'm breaking everybody's bank. I'm breaking everybody's bank. Everybody, you know, they're just so good to me. And I appreciate all the happy mail. And this month is just, you guys made my month, which was my birthday month. You made it really, really, really a happy time for me. Because, you know, I'm not getting any younger. You made getting old worth it. All right, let's get on with the hop. What are you going to do? Yeah, well, I'm going to carve. But what are you going to carve? Well, I'm going to start out with something really simple, if I can get my box open here. This is what I'm currently using for my stamps. I'm just going to pull out the 3 carving tools, and these are my most recent stamps here. Now, I don't have an empty block there, but I've got some here. And I'll show you in a minute what I'm going to carve, because this has to be related to architecture. Let me put this mug rug back over here. We're done with it. Well, I might keep the ink refresher out. Do I want to turn this upside down? I think I do. I think I'm going to, well, I could leave it this way. Because I'm gonna carve. But I have some, these I get at Walmart. They're Pentel high polymer erasers. But you have to watch for them, because once they sell out, it's a month or so before they restock this stuff. But you can get a pack of 3 of these for $1.46, or that was the last price. I don't know if they'll go up or anything, but that's a really good price, because I was paying like, what, $3.99 for 2 or $3.99? I can't remember what I was paying at some of the other stores. And you can get these on Amazon. These are what they call their large ones. They're latex free, and I tell you, when I carve these, you guys know that have watched me a lot, that I say it's just like cutting through butter with these. But getting the package open is the hard part. And let me just rip this whole thing open, and I'll keep one out and put the other 2 in the, and I'll save my tag here for Artie, and let's put the other 2 in here. Oh, look, I had those all nice and neat. And then I turned my box upside down, and that's what happened. It'd be neat to put, and I probably could make a little tray to put in here, and it would probably just be enough room for a little holder to go in between each one. Would keep them from sliding around. They might fall out though. Let's put this one in here. Would this one fit in here? Yeah. And that's just that's my bobby pin one. And then this should fit. Oh yeah, I gotta play. I gotta play. That's what it's all about. And let's open this one up because I'm going to use it to... And these are wrapped like cigarettes with the red band around it. If you've ever opened a package of cigarettes. I've only opened candy cigarettes. I don't smoke. But, all right. So, and then I want my journal out. And I'll show you what I'm going to carve here. Architecture related. And I've been putting... It's still August. This is my... Penelope, I'm going to move you now. Okay, Mary. This is my June, July, and August journal, and I'm just about have it filled. This was the last stamp that I carved. It was a little flower pot with hands for the bloom. And let's see. Let's go. That was on just about the last page, wasn't it? Because this is extra stuff. Oh. Let's find an empty page. I don't know if I can find an empty page. I might have this full. Well, I could here. Let's hold on to that. I think I might have this journal full. Oh, I could in here too. I like this page. I got her. I was playing with stamps there. Here, this is probably better. So let me fold this in half. Because I'm going to sketch it out here for the design. I'll just make a couple. Can you guys see? Yeah. You can see good enough for now. Oops. And just disregard all of this. This is some of that court docket paper. And I don't remember if I got this from Keisha, from from Pearl, from Rosemary, or from Johnny. I got him from one of those ladies in the auction. All right, we're just going to do two. Now I'm going to have to unplug my... Welcome to everybody who's come in. Napkins. Thank you, JL. JL bought me a set of napkins. Thank you so much. Well, I bought them, and she said, I'll pay for them, Mary. I'm going, aw, thank you. But first I say, no, save your pennies. Wasn't that nice of Tammy? You know, I drooled over it, but I think I entered my wish. I said, oh, I wish, but I think my wish came after Tammy said that, because I looked at the chat, because I was hoping that she wasn't trying to fulfill my wish. But I looked at the chat again, and she entered that before I entered I wish, so... I was feeling guilty that, you know, because that's a lot of money, a $50 gift, you know. This is this, you guys, like I told Keisha, it's like, I'm going to have to come in those auctions incognito because I feel like I'm breaking everybody's piggy bank. Oh. So let me go to what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to show it to you. I put 3 pictures out on my drive, and after I get done with my stream, I got these all off of Wiki Commons, so they're all in the public domain. Let's go to this one first, and they're blueprints. They're blueprints, and I don't know if you guys can let me stand up so I can see what you guys are seeing. Yeah, well, I guess if I turn it sideways so you guys can see it. This is and instead of blue, I guess I could stamp it in blue, but all I'm going to do is carve white lines. Now, I will not get that on here. I will not get that on this little eraser. So I do have a piece of Speedy Carve. I do not carve on Speedy Carve very much, and I'll probably just carve a smaller piece here. I'll cut that off. But what I really like, not on this one, I got another one. Oops, what is this? That's part of the picture. What there's a fly in here. Whatever this is part of the picture, because see, that's not a part of my screen. Whatever is spilled on that blueprint. I think this is like a 1906 or 1936, so it is a photo of the actual blueprint itself. That fly is wanting to be in my stream. So I will carve that one on the speedy card. But what I want to do on this little eraser, let me go back one here. Let me sit down. Let me go back one and go to, this one's from Kent. No, that's not it. Did I do both of them? Let me go to this one. Now this one is even harder to see. It's a blueprint, but it's of a gas station, I believe, and it's got all the writing on it, which I think is cool, but I could never attempt to carve all that tiny writing. So what I was looking at to carve on my eraser for architecture is, what was I looking at in here? I was looking at, was it on this one? Let me find it. It might not be this one. I got one more in there. I was looking at, you know, you could do something like the chimney. See how they did that chimney? Now, I'm not an architect, so I do not know the history of blueprints. I started reading about it, but I didn't have time to research it, which is something I think I'd like to do. Look, they write Shingo on there. But the way I understand it, this is done by I want to say it's a chemical photographic process, but they can only get the blue and the white. And they do the blueprints so that they can make multiple copies. And that's how it started out for the architects for their plans. But now, you know, they've gone to black and white and CAD drawings, computer assisted drawings. I got another one. I can't, because this one isn't showing what I want to carve. Let's go to this one. Is it that one? Oh no. Wait a minute. That isn't it. Maybe it was on this. Right in here. See this door frame in there? Look at that door frame. You can't see it that well, but I love how it curves. Look at that curve in there. And then they have these little fence posts. And so I might just do the little fence post, or I might do this little kind of door window. In fact, I was doing doors and windows last night on my, so I'm going to dwell on this right here on my eraser here, and that might be all I get done this morning. I would love to do the house on this, but I might have to put it in as a post-process video. I'll add it to the hop later. But I'm going to do it. That fly, if it isn't a bat, it's a fly or a mosquito. I have coffee this morning. I think it's just my hunch. And good morning to everybody who's in here. It's my hunch that we're going to have an early winter. It's awful hot out too. So let's go. Let me see if you guys can see what I'm drawing here. I might zoom in a little. I'm going to sketch out my, and what I'll do with this is make it repetitive. Let me zoom in. That might be a little much. I had to move my phone. My first attempt at signing on this morning, it was really weird. I'm going to quit pre-scheduling my videos on my mobile because sometimes it works fine for me and sometimes I get weird stuff. And yeah, it's all my fault. So while I'm doing this, I won't see chat. So if you have a question, wait till I come out again. So I can't decide. Do I want to do the fence posts themselves are pretty on this blueprint are pretty they're not that clear as they pixelate. they pixelate, so I'm going to kind of have to guess at them. But I could do that door frame. I like that door frame. So I'm deciding what I want to do. Shoot, fly! So I want to do something really, really simple so that I can repeat it. That's the object of this, and I think probably the fence post would be, and so I'm just going to kind of sketch here. So this is the railing up here, and I'll do 2 of them. And it's really hard to see because when I enlarge that picture, they pixelate. It's not a very clear picture, but it wasn't meant to. Now this is the top. This is the top of my eraser here. So these lines, these dark lines will be what I carve out. I'll carve out that. I'll carve out this. I'll make a line here, 1 line there, and that will be the top of the fence, the railing. And then I want a piece coming down this way. And it appears to me that it has sort of a, we're going to make sort of a cylinder type thing there. But on some of these, it almost looks like it has like that. That's how we're going to make it. And then it comes down here, and then it appears to have kind of a circle type thing. So we're going to do that and carve that out. And then it kind of comes down again, and it's not a cylinder, it kind of dances out a little here. Not a whole lot. This is just my sketch here, so when I'll draw it again on the eraser. And it's 5 o'clock. I don't want to be on here. I want to be off by 5:30. Well, I'll probably get off maybe about 5:20 or so, because I want to be able to grab those videos and put them in the playlist and set up my description box here by the time all the other videos come live. And I so enjoy, so I'm going to do another one. So when I sketch on the eraser here, I've got to be sure that I kind of get these centered. I actually have more space here than I do there, so I want to center these a little bit more so I'm just going to kind of rough sketch this one in. And I'm not sure I like the shape of that. It angles, but it doesn't angle that much. It angles. Oh, that fly went in my coffee. Darn him. Well, he's dead now. I'm not going to drink that coffee, believe me. The fly flew in my coffee. Yuck! Yuck! Anybody want a cup of coffee? All right. So after I have this as a fence post, and after I carve it, you know, I can just go you know, and make a fence across my blueprint. And you can do other things like I'll just do a couple fast sketches here. Like this is the cornice. I think it's called a cornice, although I'm not totally up on all of that architectural terms. But up above the door frame, and then it has just little blocks like this. But I like this because it's going to be repetitive. So what I like about these old blueprints and looking at them, and I picked these off of Wiki, I just went to Wiki and typed in blueprint. And what I like about them is, well, they're on in the common domain, but what I like about the architectural drawings is they're repetitive, And, you know, it really doesn't even have to be a fence. It could be something else. And this is a railing, not a fence. It's a porch railing, really. So let's draw it on my eraser. And I'm just going to wing it here. Let's see, I'm going to put that up a little higher, the railing up a higher. Make a line there, a dark line. And wherever I put the dark line on this one is where I'm going to carve. So I'm going to put a line here. And then I'm going to put another line up here, maybe down a little further, down there. Now, this is where I messed up before. I want that a little straighter. I've got a little bit of a crooked eye. So, I want my pieces to be centered. So maybe right about there and right about there. That's a little better, I think. And then I'm just gonna make these sort of, I think they're more round in there. It's hard to see on that blueprint. And I want to do more research about blueprints, more reading. What it said on Wiki was that they quit using that, they quit calling them blueprints. And now in the architecture world, there might be some architects, some people who know more about architect out there. I'll bet you Tanya does. Just my gut feeling. They call them prints. They don't call them blueprints anymore. They just call them prints. And most of them are not done with blue and white anymore. Okay. I'm going to bring it down like that. And all this white space I'm going to stamp it in blue. And I really do not like the legs of these. I don't care for the legs, and it's hard for me to see exactly what's going on those. Because it's all pixelated. So let me just kind of do my own thing here. I'm going to angle it this way, bring it down, and instead of curving that out, that curve might just be pixelation. I'm going to bring it down straight, and this will be, and I'm thinking I want to leave an area in there. I'm thinking. And of course I could get ornate and put a curve in there, but I don't want to do that this morning. I want to keep it a simple card because it's already 5 after 5. I'd like to be able to stamp this out before I sign off in 20 minutes. And I'm going to go watch the videos. This morning I'm going to have to make me another cup of coffee. I have to dump that coffee out. That old fly flew right in my coffee. I think the light's shining in there, and that's one way to capture flies, if you know, is get some liquid and shine the light in the liquid, and it attracts the flies. And they jump in it and they die. And that's what happened to that fly. I tried to warn him, but at least he's not bothering me anymore. I told him to get out or he was going to die. Alright, now I'm going to put a base on here. Of course, I got a crooked eye. Let's get that as straight as I can. And let's do another line here. Alrighty. And I kind of like that. Now, there's still a little bit more space over here. I tend to squeeze those together. I'm wondering if I can move this over a little. And don't worry about my double lines here, because once I ink it up, this will all disappear. But I want to move this over just a little. And when I carve it, it'll work out. I'd rather have it look a little weird right now and have it a little more centered. So I'm going to move everything over just a teeny bit there. Okay, so now I want to carve, and I think what I'm going to do is grab a piece of paper here and put under to catch the, And let me come out. Let me look at chat real fast here, see if I need to catch up with anything. Hi, Rhonda. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Aww. Okay. So, the first thing I like to do, and it's probably not as necessary on this because it's so, you know, it's a railing. And I don't think I'm going to have to bevel the edges on this. So I'm going to go ahead and carve this out. Now I moved it over a little, so hopefully it will look okay when I carve it. It's a little hard to see, but I don't want to I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I want to go at an angle this way. Now I'm carving out the black. I'm not removing all of this. I'm removing where I have black lines. Let's go remove that. So the blue I'm going to use blue ink to stamp it, and wherever there's white on here, except for where I carve, will be white, and all the background will be blue or purple or black or whatever color you stamp it in. And I'm having a hard time seeing. My eraser, my pen wants to go. Let's get my ink pad out here. And let's get the cleaner one. I've been using this one, and it's gotten so dirty there, I think I'm going to paint that out. But let's use this as the blue, so we'll use that. Kind of, in the stamping world, they call something like this, where you have the frame, where you can put rest your carving piece against the little, this has a niche in it, and it's just perfect to hold my eraser. But they call these, in the real world, if you can buy them, they're called jigs. Alrighty. So, I think I'm a little crooked here because I couldn't see where I was going. My line's a little crooked. Let's see if I can straighten that out a little. There. A little better. And let's carve this out. And I think I want to make these kind of round. So let me get this in the corner. And that's doing me no good. And I want to turn my eraser rather than my hand to carve this kind of a circle like up here. Like that. And then I'm going to come down and I'm going to do a round ball kind of, and I'm going to carve it out. It's not going to be hollow. It's going to all be carved out. I'm not going to have a black spot in the center like I do above it. Get it out there. Come on. Come on. Now we're going to carve this. I could leave that in there. Maybe I will for now. And I kind of like it. I was planning on carving it all out, but I kind of like it there, so I'm going to leave it. And what time is it? 5:12. I'm hoping at least to get a first impression off of this. And I'm going to try to carve that house that I was showing you, the blueprint house, on Speedy Carve, but I'll have to do that probably as a post video, an after stream video, after hop video. Because I'll never have time to carve that house. I'll be lucky if I get this carved. But I'm going to carve it in the same way where I'm carving out, and all of these are going to be the white lines, and all the background is going to be the blueprint. And it's very hard to see where I'm going here. It would probably be better if you paint or inked your whole stamp. You could ink your whole stamp, but it'd be hard to see unless you knew what you were carving. You could have to draw it in white or something. Mary's talking to herself, because it's really kind of hard here to see too where I'm going. After I carve it, did I carve it? It's hard to tell. But we'll know after I ink it once what it looks like. And then I wanted these to kind of angle up, and I'm not sure I'm going to get that to happen. So this will be, it isn't anything that I'm doing for precision work. It's just for fun, and I have gotten inspired by the process here. Let me carve this one, and then I'll get it real quick, and then I'll do a stamp off of it. It might be better than I think. Sometimes when I carve this stuff, I think, oh, it's horrible, and then when I stamp it off, I realize it really wasn't that bad. Now I have a double line there, but I'm going to leave that. Or maybe I'll carve it out here. Yeah. And carve this out. Now I'm going to do that circle in here. I'd like to finish this, so I'm kind of doing this in a hurry. Going to carve a circle there, kind of a lopsided circle. Maybe I can fix that. That was a little better. Still a little lopsided. It needs to come out over here. All right, Mary. And then angle this way, up, flat this way. Did it carve? Yes, it did. And down this way. I'll probably have to make that a little deeper. And oops, angle it down. I'm not saying this is the best. And then just this little top area, and then I'm going to stamp it off and get the first impression, and then see how it looks. You'll see it better after I ink it up. And I'm going to use this blue ink. Maybe let's use the blue ink. And I want to stamp it in my journal on this page here. And let's bring it, I'll stamp it right in here. So let's ink it. Usually I can tell when I ink it up how it's going to look. Oh, it might look okay. Now keep in mind, this is a blueprint, so this isn't, you're kind of seeing a negative. And I might have to do this in black, but we'll see here. Let's stamp it once and see what happens. It is 5:17. I might just get it done by 5:20, because when I was planning on going off. Pretty good. Now I lost that. I didn't carve this right in here, this part. So let me carve that. And these two fence posts are not the same. And you know, I'm doing this in a hurry, so there you go. If I was doing it, of course, if I were doing it by myself, I would go a lot slower and be a little bit more particular. But you could do all sorts of architectural elements and make them artsy. You know, like I could see using this as a background stamp. Let's, instead of blue, let's stamp this in black. I think it'll show up a little better. Let's stamp it off in black. This will be a black print. And thank you all for coming in and supporting the video hop. At 5:30 Central Time, the videos will go live. Tanya starts it out, Tanya McGuire. And she will be first on my link list. I probably have to refresh my ink, but I'm not going to stop to do that this morning. I'm pretty happy with this as far as a blueprint goes, as a fence post. Now you could do it the other way, and whoops, I didn't get that ink too well. Let's do a row of them here, and then I'll have to sign off. Let's see, can you guys see this red line right here? Yeah. So let's see how, I'll stamp 3 or 4 of them here in a row. I'm gonna start here. Brenda D says, thank you, Mary, for a great time on your channel. I learn a lot. Ah, you have a great day too, Brenda. Thanks for popping in. I can see where my stamp has little, it needs to be cleaned off a little. It has little shavings on it from carving. Let's ink it up again here. And let's put these right next to each other. Let's see how that looks, just for the fun of it. About 4 of them. I'm going to get off here and as soon as I do this. Oh, I'm liking that. Now see, I could see doing gingerbread flourishes and different architectural elements, bricks. Bricks is very common for stamps. But this I could actually see on an art piece as more than a porch railing. But this was a porch railing. This will be my last one. And if you look at my thumbnail, you'll see, oh, is it this thumbnail? No, it's, I don't know why it didn't upload my thumbnail like I wanted. But I'll put some links into the Wiki photographs that I looked at. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm really happy with this. This is really a simple one. I want to do the house in the same manner. This is really reverse. This is a reverse collage of a fence post. Only in a stamped reverse collage, so to speak. It's a blueprint. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. Oh, hi, Nakan. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for coming in. Be sure to follow the hop. The links, the videos will be coming live in about 10 minutes, really 9 minutes. So I got to get off here so I can get everything set. So thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Tanya McGuire, no, Tanya will be on tomorrow, Sunday afternoon. She usually comes on Sunday afternoons around 1 o'clock, I believe, Central. And tonight, Beth Schuler will be on. And I will be on tomorrow night, Sunday night at 6 o'clock. And I'm going to be finishing my piece that I started in my Friday hop, my house prompt cards. I need to finish off my dolls, and I want to carve. Oh, I got so much to do. All right, Mary, you talked a whole minute saying goodbye. Bye, everybody. Have a great Saturday. Enjoy the hop.